My first year as a beekeeper, Season 1. Today is the 15th of July 2022 and we're carrying out the 12th inspection of the season. It's been 6 days since we last looked in on the bees and I had my mother join us. Opening up the box, you can finally get a good look at the propolis trap that I spoke about in Inspection 9. Check the card at the top or the link in the description to find out more about what this is. As you can see, they've managed to store quite a bit of propolis here. Careful touching it though, as it is incredibly sticky, but it does smell pretty nice too. Pulling out the first frame, this is full of nectar. As you can see around the edge, the bees are starting to cap this over. Looks like we're not too far away off being able to extract this. Great news as we do our first ever extraction next week. If you're as excited for this as I am, please hit that like button and subscribe to see how much honey we get during the extraction. Let's move down to the next super. I'll skip over most of these, but you'll see that they're all pretty much ready to extract now. I spoke a little earlier about nectar, but what is it and what does it have to do with honey? Well, nectar is a sweet substance produced by flowers to attract pollinators. This is then transformed into honey by adding enzymes from the bee's stomach, reducing the water content and then storing it in the honeycomb cells. The bees then evaporate the remaining water by fanning their wings and creating a thick, golden substance that we all love, honey. Once this is at the right moisture content, the bees will then cap this over, leaving you with the lovely capped honeycomb that you get to see in this box. Moving down to the first super that we added. The frames here are all full. Here is one of them for you to have a look at. Finally moving down to the second brood box. Wow, this is pretty cool to watch. What you can see here is some bees feeding on some honey. What's happened here is that the bees would have built some brace comb between the two boxes. This is honeycomb that is meant to connect the frames together and add support. The bees actually stored honey in these cells, and as we lifted the box, it ruptured the cells and honey started to run out. These bees are here to help clean up the spillage and keep the hive clean. If you look closely, you'll be able to see the little tongue sticking out. This is called the proboscis. The proboscis is a straw-like tongue used for sucking liquids and also for tasting. The proboscis is also used for food exchange between honeybees, a process called trophallaxis. If you ask me, it's so fascinating to watch the bees do this. Let me get a view from another camera for you. Now going back through the brood box frames, this is the frame that we stole a bunch of honey from last week. Look how quickly they've managed to go back through, repair it and fill it back up with honey. There is so much honey in this box that we're going to have to go through and bruise the comb again, so that hopefully they'll bring it back up to the supers above, hopefully just in time for our extraction next week. Wow, there's an awful lot of pollen on this frame. As we go through these next frames, we'll hopefully see a mixture of eggs, brood and even the queen, Bertha. I won't explain everything we see, but if you do have any questions, please let me know in the comment section and I'll do my best to answer. I'd also love to hear more about my viewers, so tell me, what brings you to this video today? Are you interested in keeping bees? Are you a beekeeper? Or do you just find them amazing little creatures? Now that we're in the main brood chamber, we're just checking to see that there aren't any signs of swarming. This would be if they are running out of space for the queen to lay or if they have any swarm cells. Okay, looks like there aren't any signs that they'll be swarming anytime soon, so that wraps it up for this inspection. I hope you found it interesting. If you did, please hit that like button, and if you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing. I will catch you in the next video.